Please welcome back to our show, Dr. Ọbádélé Kambon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our show.
Good.
Mahatma Gandhi, known for his non-violent protests against the British and leading his country to independence, a very revered figure around the world. Why would you pull down his statue?
Yeah, for me being in African studies, we always have to look at who is the person in relation to us as African people. And if you look at his record throughout his entire life, you see consistency in terms of being pro-Indo-Aryan, and that's his own word that he described himself as, and anti-black, whether that was in South Africa against the Zulus there, or in India against the Dalits there, the Black Untouchables of India. So when you look at the things that he actually did, so sometimes we talk about the things that he said about black people, that he called us kaffirs, he called us savages, half heathens, 1 degree removed from an animal who lived like animals. These are the things that he said after he supposedly had some type of life-changing epiphany. That's one, but then when you look at his actions, he played a major role in terms of the one who instigated the segregation of the Durban telegraph and post offices. He was one who instigated the segregation of the lavatories and prison cells, even when he was imprisoned for agitating for the rights of his Indo-Aryan brethren, that he was still saying, you know, don't class us with these kaffirs. If you also look at his role in the Zulu War, in this, he says that's when he had this supposed life-changing vow. But when you actually read, and you can read this in the collected works, what he was saying was that he's trying to get military training. He wants to learn rifle training, actual warfare, in order to kill these Zulus. You understand? This is what he's writing in Gujarati. Now, those who he's duped, and it's very clear that he has one thing that he writes in English and then something that he writes in his own mother tongue, which is Gujarati. He says that the ambulance corps shouldn't last more than a few weeks. After that, then we'll be part of a permanent body that will now get military training. So he's agitating to get guns in order to shoot who? The black people, the indigenous people. So I think we can, and then also you can look in India, his role in terms of he had this fast unto the death to prevent the Dalits, the Black Untouchables of India, from getting their rights. They agitated for the double vote, and they actually were awarded it, but that award had to be pulled back because Gandhi said he would fast unto the death. So he coerced Ambedkar into signing this Pune Pact. But these are the things, these are the actions concrete against black people throughout his entire life.
You were in the thick of things.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. You were, I mean, a leader in the petition,
right,
and you're a leader in African Studies in the University of Ghana,
yeah.
so you obviously were in the thick of things. The school is aware that you will pull down the statue.
So the school pulled down the statue from my knowledge. Matter of fact, I came to know of it when Radio Universe, which is the radio station there on campus, called me and said, what do you think about them pulling down the statue? They didn't, just like it came in, they didn't advertise it, they didn't let us know it was coming or going. They did it when the students weren't there for both it coming and it going. And you know, these are the things that really, when you are not in tune with the people in terms of, you should ask the people who know better. So those of us who know who Gandhi was in relation to black people, you know, you should be, you know, really getting those who are researchers and who have done the research and know who Gandhi was.
All of your colleague lecturers in tune with you regards to this Gandhi issue?
I definitely wouldn't say all. I would say by far the vast majority. So we had our petition, which is over 2,500 signatures. There was eventually some counter petition where the first petitioner was Mahatma Gandhi. Someone signed that Mahatma Gandhi was the first signatory of their counter petition. And that says, okay, this means you really are not serious and are really not principled if you're just going to give ghost signatures. Next we'll have Martin Luther King or whoever.
Supporters of Gandhi argue that his works in humanity and his works to help people in India should outweigh the little troubles he made toward black people. So, and to that you say?
So when you ask the actual black people of India, you know, they're very clear on who Gandhi was. So, you know, for us being outside of India, we may just look at them as all one people. But when you look inside of India, they're very clear in terms of everything Gandhi did to fight against their rights. So you have an organization for minority rights in India. You have all these different organizations that are united in terms of what Gandhi did against them. If you look at the writings of Ambedkar, he talks about what Congress and Gandhi have done to the untouchables. So it's not so much him fighting for Indians, but for which Indians is he fighting? And it's always the upper caste Hindus. So this is something that we really have to keep in mind.
Prominent Ghanaian figures like Professor Michael Quay well, at the time your team started raising a petition, said this will be most unnecessary, this is uncalled for, and not in the supreme interest of Ghanaians. How do you feel about such a statement? Yeah,
it really brings up the point of whose interests are our so-called politicians serving. You know, in the words of our esteemed elder, PLO Lumumba, he talks about we don't have leaders, we have misleaders, you understand? So when you look at India saying that they're going to build a $200 million parliament for Ghana, when you look at them building Jubilee House, when you look at them, right after this was going, they sent, you could see Nana Akufo-Addo standing with the High Commissioner of India, and he's holding a check for $1 million to renovate. What they're telling you is we bought your president and we bought your lawmakers. So this is, you know, something that is quite egregious, and it really lets us know that are these people here to serve our interests as black people, African people with dignity, and are they going to stand up like they have a backbone, or are they going to serve the interests of those who are putting money in their pocket?